Hello, friends, and welcome to Calm in the Chaos with the Blended Mama. My name is Teresa Stone. I am the Blended Mama. Today I look super washed out, and I can't figure out how to make it not make me look like I'm a ghost, but I promise my skin tone is totally fine. I don't know. The lighting is just super weird today. Today we are going to be chatting about creating a basic time blocked schedule. So, the things that are going to be important for you to have done before this exercise is understanding what your goals are and your priorities and having a general understanding of what your schedule is. So, all the things that you need to do, appointments, like as a general, you kind of need to know what your day normally looks like. So, you might have wanted to do a time inventory, goal settings, those sorts of things before you get to doing this. But my schedule just changed a ton because my daughter started back in soccer. So honestly, I've been flying by the seat of my pants for a couple weeks, and it really is time for me to sit down and create an outline of what my schedule should look like, which will give me a better idea of one, how much I can really commit to saying yes to. Because if you are overcommitted, that means that something you really needed to do is going to get dropped because you committed to doing something for somebody else. And either you're going to disappoint them or you're going to disappoint yourself. So having a good understanding of what is realistic in terms of what your time availability is super, super important. So that's what we are going to be working through. So we are using the hourly insert today, and there, that lighting is so much better. See, I'm totally normal. I'm not a ghost today. I don't understand. All right. So anyway, back to being a ghost. We are gonna switch over to let me see. I got to get my lighting, and this is where it's going to get super weird for a second for my for this. Alrighty, there we go, friends. Alrighty, so I know all those clicks just to be able to show this layout for you. So this is the hourly insert, and basically what we're going to do is start with outlining the big things that you know you have to do. Okay, so let me find I'm looking for a color for my day job, and I'm gonna actually nope, that's not erasable. So I have my pens right in front of me today. This totally new layout for me. I'm not sure what I think about it at the moment. Well, let's use orange just so I can see it. Alrighty, I did not think about my color coding. This is going to be a fun little activity, and what I'm going to do is start with, so I work Monday to Friday at my day job, and that is 7 to 4 o'clock. So I'm going to just kind of outline, and we're just going to go ahead and go all the way across here. And if you have maybe a highlighter or a marker, that might work better. So I am going to go ahead and do the whole day. Now, you will see that in the middle of the day, I'm going to add something, and it's just easier to write this one big block. Now, I don't need to go, because I'm really focused on what is my time availability for outside of my day job. I will tell you, I use Outlook for my day job, but I do have like a to-do list and notes inserts that I keep up with my tasks, especially as things get crazier. I get a ton of requests via email. If I don't write it down, it will get lost in email hell. So I do try to write things down. So all those things that I tell you to do so that things don't get lost, I absolutely do for my day job as well. But what I don't need to do is a time block for it. I don't need to sit here and write out, that I check my email from 7 to 7:30 and 3:30 to 4. I don't need to do that. I just need the big block. So what I'm going to do down here is I'm going to just draw myself an orange square, and I'm going to put day job. So I'm going to create my legend as I'm doing this so that I remember. Okay. All right. So, and we can go ahead and do that a little bit. So orange was day job. Red, which you might not be able to tell the difference. Red is bakery. This one is Tula 12. So basically the time for my side hustle. And, I forgot to color that in. Purple is self-care. Green, I have always done as networking. I don't have any current networking obligations, but I'm going to put that just because I know that's something at some point I need to make time for again, but I don't have necessarily have time for it right now. And I am going to use a dark blue for soccer. All right, so those are the big ones. And obviously family time is maybe I can do that in, got this like pinkish, purplish. No, that's too close to purple. That's the fun thing about the friction pens is that you can just erase it. I do have a gray. I know it's super boring, but it will work and it's different enough. All right, so family time, which I can already tell you is not going to be enough, but we're going to start with that. All right, so, well, I can put family time is, because this is church, 8:30 to 10. But I'm going to block this off because this is traveling time included. So this is church. All right. So, you want to kind of start with the things that you know are important for you to block out. All right. So right now, her games are anywhere between 9 and 12. So what I'm going to do is just block this off. And put soccer. Now this is really only probably a 2.5 hour commitment in there. So in theory, I probably have some wiggle room that I can do some other things. However, because sometimes they start at 9 and sometimes they start at noon, it's just easier to block it off. And then when I do have, on a specific week, I have extra time, then I know that that's available for me to move other things in. Okay. The kids also have church, although that's kids time. And now that I have a driver, it doesn't actually affect my personal schedule because my son will be driving the kids to church is the current plan. All right. So I totally did soccer in purple, y'all. That was not supposed to be in purple. And y'all just let me do it and didn't say anything. Weren't shouting me out. All right, so again, the great thing about the friction markers is you can just erase. The same is true. I do have some of the highlighter ones in addition to the pens. For this exercise, I do prefer the pen, but I could see where it would be beneficial to have it as a marker, just because you wouldn't have to scribble quite so much here. All right, so we're going to write that again. Soccer, 2.5 hours. But like this Saturday, she has a doubleheader. So she has a game at 9 and a game at 12. So sometimes that does happen. But she also has practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So this is practice. And, went back too far. All right, so again, I'm just blocking off the times that I know that we have things and that are going to take me away from being able to be productive with anything else. All right, the other thing, I'm going to put this as purple because I technically could be gray, but I'm going to put it as purple. This is date night. The kids have church, but the date night is my self-care and, placing that priority on my marriage, right? So, but I will put that the kids have union. That is their small group at church. Okay, so now you can see that really all I have Mondays and Fridays, and I have some Sundays here to play around. But on Sundays at 2 o'clock, is a bakery business meeting. So business meeting. And then 4 o'clock is our plan with me. This is usually our planning session. And then at 6, I often have obligations with my upline. So Harmony here is meetings. And it's not technically every Sunday, but it's like 3 out of 4. So you might as well just plan for that to be there. And then if I don't have one of those meetings, then I can use that time for other TULA 12 work. All right, so I have a Saturday afternoon, and then I have Friday afternoon and Monday afternoon. So, and the other thing that I want to put in here, because this is a self-care, is a run time. So that's run. So Tori and I started run walking at lunch. Now, I am putting it at a specific time, but this does fluctuate. Usually we go at 11:30, but if I have meetings, sometimes it actually goes to the end of the day. But then my overall time is still 7 to 4. It's just that that half-hour run is somewhere in between there. So, it's important, but those things that you have committed to doing either for give me 1 second. Don't you love technology? Nope, that's not what I needed. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, friends. I think that usually means that something is a loose connection, because it definitely looked like the video cut out there. Okay, so what you see is that I have Mondays, and I feel like Mondays get taken by other things, but I'm trying to think about. So I do have on this one, on Mondays, I do have WHAM. So that means that what I need to do is actually Monday for my work needs to come down to 4 o'clock. Otherwise, I have to start earlier, right? And then what I'm going to do here across the top, so I don't want to cross that out. All right, so I am going to put AM routine. And then what I'm going to do over here on the left, I'm going to white this out, both of these, and I am going to, I've got some fun little stickers. These are not TULA 12 stickers, but it's okay. I'm going to just put an AM sticker, so that says AM. So I'm going to just put down morning routine, so no snooze. And then my matcha. So that's my cup of tea or coffee. And then read quiet time. All right, so that's my morning routine before 7. So that's at 6. And I do that pretty much every day, even on the weekends, okay? And then what I want to do underneath that is create the evening starting at 9 p.m. Put phone down. And time with DJ. So usually that, frankly, is just watching TV together, but, sometimes, we might play a card game, or, the kids are still awake at 9 o'clock. So, it's not like it's alone time necessarily, but, it is time to focus on marriage, and that is super important. Okay. So I do also want to, so Mondays, we generally have dinner together. So I'm going to block off time because even though my business stuff is important, it is always going to be important for there to be family time. So, so family dinner. Now, as obviously work schedules change, that might change to a different day, but we need at least one dinner game night kind of thing. All right, but what that does give me is time here. I don't really work past 8 o'clock. Frankly, my brain doesn't work well, but what I want to do is add focused work time here. And I'm going to do the same on Friday. I will give myself a little bit of a break. So I'm going to put a brain break here. So that might be sitting down and reading a book or something like that. But just giving a little bit of time there. And then again, this, 3.5 hours of focused work time. All right, and then I have a little bit of time here as well. So again, I'm going to just block off an hour to do, this might be admin tasks, things that I don't necessarily have to be super focused because again, it's not a ton of time. But I really have to be intentional about the time that I have here. So again, admin tasks. All right, and so this is kind of how and then I do have Saturday afternoon, but for right now, I'm going to leave that open and try not to do much 2 to 12 and much extra stuff on Saturday and leave that really open for family time. So this process is really good for, again, just giving you a general understanding of where do I really have time so that I can be, so that I can be more intentional about where I spend my time. So, but in order to do that, you really have to know what time you have available, and using this hourly insert is a great way to be able to do that. So if you found this helpful, drop a comment in, let me know which part of that, like really maybe made a light bulb go off for you. If you have questions about something, drop those in the comments too. That's what I'm here for, is to really help you find ways to find calm in the chaos. So thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys next time.